What's going on? We've got Djokovic taking on Safiullin in the fourth round for the men, and we've already got the ladies underway with Jovic and Pegula. Jovic is up a break. And then we've got Sinner coming up later. We've got Sabalenka, which is going to be a real interesting matchup against Osaka. It's a big day today. Big day. All right, first there's a fault by Jovic, second serve. As a return goes into the forehand of Jovic. Forehand now goes out by Jovic. We get the deuce. If Pegula is underperforming, does having a podcast channel be the reason why? No. Chap, we got to stop doing that. Because that's what like so many players have complained. Not complained. So many players have been... That is not that far removed from people saying Raducanu isn't playing well because she's modeling. Like that's... Players can have lives and have hobbies and do things that are not related to this. Like they don't have to be in the gym when they're not practicing, when they're not sleeping. Like players also can do podcasts in their downtime and still be very good. So like, let's not be like, oh, well, Pegula's losing this match because she has a podcast. That's no. I don't think that's what she's thinking about right now. She's probably thinking, how the hell can I beat Jovic and get this break back? You know, players can do other things and still be good at their... I mean, look at Sabalenka. She's on the cover of magazines. She's doing photo shoots. She's still number one. Right? You can do it all. You can do both. We don't need to blame her podcast on the fact that she's down one break. It's not. Also, she just won a title in Berlin. Oh, so she made the final in Berlin, so she's not underperforming. She's just losing at the moment. All right, deuce. All right, Djokovic walking out on court. Let the players live their lives and play tennis. You can do both. Nobody blamed Rafa's injuries on his wife. Nobody blames Djokovic's form on his family. Right? Nobody's like, oh, well, Djokovic's shoulder hurts because he has kids. What? What? What do you mean? So let's not do it for every other player, you know? All right. Forehand goes out. Double fault by Jovic. Advantage, Pegula. By the way, there is a strong Novak Djokovic fan group going on in the center court. They are loud. They're wearing loud shirts. Advantage Pegula. There's a bit of forehand in the net from Jovic. Pegula breaks back. All right, we've had a bunch of breaks in this first set. Very tough contest. All right. What do I think of Novak's chance today? I think he wins. I think he wins in 4. All right. 3-2. Jovic. Thanks, Deb. All right. Back on serve, 3-2 Jovic. As Jovic serves. Sorry, Pegula serves. An ace. 15 love. Enjoy your humor and excitement you bring. Hey, Richard, thanks for joining. Thanks for sticking around. As the return goes in the backhand of Pegula, but it's out by Jovic. 30 love. 30 love. Cam, you should make the Nole match the center focus. The center of attention. Okay. Well, you know how this works. 40 love. The double header, we go between the two. So if one's getting a little bit more interesting, we focus on that for a bit. Like if this, getting to the end of a set. And the other one, we go back to the other one if things are starting to get crazy over there. It's, it's juggling. So I'll do a little bit of each. We're not going to just be like, focus on Djokovic and then ignore Pegula. Yeah. Pegula's 3-0. We'll just do a bit of both. Hey, what's up, Brandon? How you doing? 31 minutes, by the way. 3-0. 3-0. But don't worry, I'll be focused on Djokovic once they kick off. Mukova and Krejcikova, yep, they're going to play. We'll keep an eye on that as well. 3-3. All right. As Jovic wins a point, 15 love. By the way, chat, I thought about this the other day. I was thinking, and I've said this on stream before, like, why does Jovic not get any attention from the American? And far as I know, that she's not getting any attention. I'm like, why is Jovic not getting any sort of? There's no hype. There's no. It doesn't feel like Jovic is getting any sort of like promotion, right? From the American side. Maybe she is now. I don't know, but it didn't feel like she's getting much that much attention compared to like players in the past. The last person that I remember, and I was like, this is so similar to how Kenin was. Kenin was a Grand Slam champion in 2020, but she still wasn't getting as much coverage and promotion on the American side, and not getting as much love. Now, I think Jovic is probably getting a bit more love than Kenin. I don't know why because Kenin, I remember Kenin 2019, 2020. I mean, yes, there's like Anisimova, there's Coco, broke out on the scene. Serena was still around, right? So there was obviously a lot more players. There's a lot of players, right? But I was like, Jovic is like, I mean, she's the next big star for America, right? She's 18. She's, doing well. But there's a lot of players still ahead of her in the American rankings. But like, I was like, it kind of has that Kenin vibe where it's like, why is she not getting, like, she should be, maybe she is now. Maybe at the time, like 3 months ago, maybe it was like, still people didn't know who she was yet. She needs a Grand Slam run like here. So then people go, oh, hang on, who's this new, kid on the scene? Maybe it's changing now. Maybe after Wimbledon it's changing, but I don't understand why Jovic is not being like the poster of the future of American tennis, because she should be. Because she is very, very good. 40-15. She's very, very good. And she's in like heaps of interviews and stuff, and she seems very like charismatic. So hopefully after this Wimbledon or even into the US Open, hopefully she's getting a lot more promotion. And, people are like, they're talking her up a lot more because she is definitely legit. There's a bit of volley into the backhand of Pegula, and then lovely volley from Jovic. It's 4-3. 4-3 Jovic. Martina is certainly hyping her up. Good. 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 See, I'm not hearing I'm just seeing online and getting a vibe of like what the topics of conversation are, and it doesn't seem to be around Jovic much. Especially like Tennis Channel, right? They're the biggest. Like they talk about American tennis players because that's their audience, right? But I haven't heard too much about Jovic on there. But maybe things are changing. Maybe Jovic is getting a lot more attention now, which is good because she deserves to have attention because she is a legitimate Grand Slam star in the future. Like, she is going to win a slam. All right, 15-0. Safiullin hits a lovely winner, 30-15. I've got Djokovic in 4. Djokovic in 4. As he serves against Safiullin. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin backhand of the forehand Nole as Safiullin cross court. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Now Safiullin goes to the backhand of Djokovic with a slice. Safiullin drop shot. Djokovic gets it back. Safiullin up the line, but then Djokovic puts it away. Great rally. Great rally. By the way, Mukova and Krejcikova just started as well. All right, 30-0, first game. As Pegula hits in the net, Jovic gets the point, love 15. As that goes the net by Safiullin, break point Djokovic. Break point for Nole to start us off. $30-40. As the return goes into the backhand of Safiullin, backhand for Djokovic sliced. Into the backhand of Safiullin, up the line is good. Djokovic gets back with a forehand. Safiullin, cross-court backhand. Djokovic slices it back. Safiullin with a forehand into the forehand of Djokovic. The forehand of Safiullin. And Safiullin hits it wide. Djokovic breaks. First game. 1-love. Pegula's in trouble. Love 30. Love 30, Pegula. Serving to the backhand of Jovic. Pegula with a forehand to the backhand of Jovic. And to the backhand again from Pegula. Jovic goes... No, Pegula goes long. Love 40. Love 40. I think she will get it now. Kenin was not marketable. I think you have a certain... I think you have... certain Sophia didn't. Jovic, yes, for Tennis Channel talked her up. Okay, good. I'm glad she's getting attention because she deserves it. All right, Jovic breaks 5-3. 5-3. Jovic is going to serve at the set. Hey, Linda. Thank you for the 5 on my Melbourne to Sydney train. Enjoying your stream. I heard those trains are nightmares. I was going to take one of those trains, but then I heard that they're absolutely brutal. The overnight from Melbourne to Sydney. Is that worth, Linda, is it worth taking? Because I want to maybe do that for fun, but if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. I've heard that they're rough. All right, 15 love. Also, how much is the train from Melbourne to Sydney? Isn't it like $80? All right, so Safiullin, lovely shot. It's love 15. All right, that goes in the net by Jovic, and it's 15-all. As Jovic serves again. Djokovic, by the way, is covering his eyes. I reckon he's having a problem with the sun. As it a 4 now to 4 rally. Up the line from Pegula to the back into Jovic as Pegula forehand into the forehand of Jovic as Pegula on the stretch. Goes up the line. Great shot, Pegula. 15-30. All right. Djokovic. 15-all. First serves a fault. Yeah, Djokovic he's dealing with something wrong with his... he is serving into the sun. So, like, he's looking up at the sun when he serves. So maybe that's the problem. And then he double faults. Yeah. Djokovic is struggling to see. He is struggling. He's covering his eyes again. Yeah, Nole is having sight issues. 15-30. He is serving directly into the sun and not enjoying it at all. 15-30. He's had it before. This is not new. Also, Pegula backhand return goes to front of Jovic. Jovic in the net. 15-40. There's Djokovic again. Making errors. 15-40. Just keeps covering his eyes after every point. 15-40. He's wearing a hat, but a hat doesn't make any difference when it's here and then you look up. Like, the hat doesn't do shit when you're looking up. 15-40. Breakback point for Safiullin and Pegula. As a return goes into the forehand of Jovic. Pegula gets the breakback. Jovic hits it out. All right, 5-4. All right, Djokovic again. Just stumbling after looking into the sun. All right, 15-40. Djokovic serves. He should go with an underarm serve. Like, legit. 30-40. Like, I feel like Djokovic, maybe it's just not in his nature to do an underarm serve. Maybe he doesn't feel that's a good shot or a nice shot. But if he's struggling with the sun, underarm serve. Just do an underarm serve. Don't have to look up. Underarm serve. Like, just chuck it in. Who cares? Everybody else does it. Nobody's going to, vilify Djokovic for doing it. This feels like a legitimate reason why you would underarm serve if your sun's in your eyes. As Safiullin hits out in the return, and we get to deuce. Yeah, Djokovic is covering his face. He is not doing well. My trip is free as I'm on a travel pass. Oh, nice. But like, is the Melbourne to Sydney train dangerous or is it cool? I've heard mixed reviews that sometimes it could be a little sketchy. Backhand return into the backhand. Djokovic goes wide. He just drags it wide, and it's advantage of Safiullin to get back on serve. All right, as Pegula tries to get level but hits it in the net. Love 15. Who's winning the World Cup? England. 3 Lions. Why is the underarm serve frowned upon? I feel like it's less frowned upon now, but it's seen as like a cheap shot, I guess you could say. It's a cheap shot. As Djokovic backhand goes wide, Safiullin breaks back. But I'll tell you what, that wasn't because of Djokovic's bad play. That was because of the sun. He was blinded. 1-1. Love 30 here as we get a 4 now from Pegula into the 40 Jovic. But Pegula hit it out. Love 40. So many breaks of serve. Djokovic again just covering his face. Really struggling to see. Love 40 break set points for Jovic. There's a default from Pegula. Second serve. There's a backhand return. Into the back of Pegula. Pegula in the net. Jovic takes the first. 6-4. 6-4 Jovic. That was an ugly set by both. But Jovic had the lead, and that's all that mattered in the end. All right. First set in the bag. That's the first. I think that's the first set she's won against Pegula. Or did she win the first set or the second set of their first match? I can't remember. No, she won it. Sorry, she won the second set in Charleston this year. So the second set she's won against Pegula, and that was not pretty. Both players 5 winners each, 16 errors and 12 errors. Not a good set of tennis. And 7 breaks out of 10 games. Not a good set of tennis. 1 ace for Pegula. That was it. Hey, Linda, thank you for gifting a membership. I rewatched a bit of the 2025 Roland Garros finale stream. Got to say, it brought a lot of joy. Your stream was great. Hey, thank you. Hopefully I can do another great stream this week. All right, 30-15. Mukova and Krejcikova are 1-1. All right, 30-15. As a return from Djokovic goes to forehand. Safiullin. Djokovic passing shot up the line. Safiullin drop volley winner. 40-15. How annoying is it when Djokovic exaggerates things? He pretended something was in his eye. He kept touching his eyes, obviously pretending. Yeah, I don't think you did you just get here? Yeah, you just got here, didn't you? Because we talked about what was going on with Djokovic for about 5 minutes. All right, 2-1 Safiullin. By the way, Mount Everest is absolutely packed. Mount Everest is absolutely stacked with people. There's a couple of seats left, a couple of areas left, but that's it. Strong player Nole, but also natural actor. Yeah, you again. I don't think you weren't here. You had to rewind the stream so then you know what was going on with Djokovic and why he was touching his eyes. I don't think you understood what was happening. All right, Pegula is going to try and fight back here. He went up a break. Why would he pretend to and get broken? Yeah, exactly. He's up 1-love with a break, and then he's like, "Oh, something's in my eye." Like something wasn't. You know what was in his eye? The sun was in his eye. And I don't know if you know this, but the sun is pretty hard to look at. In fact, you shouldn't look at the sun if you can avoid it. I don't have contact lenses, but I'm sure it's worse with contacts in as well. So, yeah. Anyways, Safiullin in the net 15 love. ATP is where USA needs a superstar. Agree. Like Fritz winning Wimbledon. Yes? Yes or yes? Fritz winning Wimbledon. How about it? All right. 30 love Djokovic. $30 love. It's good serve from Nole. 40 love. See, he's crushing it down here because he's not down the sunny end. He's not looking into the sun anymore. Look how different it is, chat. Chat. Look how different it is now. Going from staring into the sun where he couldn't win a point to staring into no sun and up 40 love. I mean, come on now. He just won the game. 2-2. Come on now. That couldn't have been more obvious. That the sun was bothering Djokovic. Now, the sun hasn't gone away. So when Djokovic goes down the other end after this game, he's going to have to do that, stare into the sun again. So watch. I don't know how. Again, I think he should, like, if your shoulder hurts, Michael Chang, your underarm serve, right? If your eyes hurt because you're staring into the sun on a serve, I feel like that's a totally legitimate way or a legitimate reason for an underarm serve. Not that you need a legitimate reason. You can do an underarm serve whenever the hell you want. It's whether or not you want to take the backlash from doing it. But I feel like I think Nole's from the old school where it's like underarm serves are a little bit like frowned upon. It's a little bit like, you know, a little bit like sneaky tactics. Maybe if Djokovic was from like the new school and he might think about, oh, maybe I'll do an underarm serve so I don't have to stare into the, you know, big ball of fire. 30 love. But I mean, he should chuck it in just to avoid, like, every second point to not have to stare at the sun. If it's really bothering him, why not do it? Why not chuck in an underarm serve just to avoid looking at the sun for 1 point? So then, like, you alternate. So every second point, you go blind, right? I feel like that's legit. I don't think anyone should be booing him for that or you know, questioning that. He might not win the points. That's another thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's a legitimate tactic. Self-preservation is with a lovely volley from Jovic, and it's 30 love. 40 love for Safiullin. Death taxes are getting women's Wimbledon winners wrong. Well, I picked Sabalenka, so I don't know. Speak for yourself. 40 love. As with a fly now from Djokovic. Into the back of Safiullin. Djokovic in the net. 3-2 Safiullin. 30 love Jovic as we back in from Pegula into the forehand of Jovic. Pegula into the forehand of Jovic again to the forehand of Pegula. Jovic up the line. Pegula with the backhand. Into the forehand of Jovic as Pegula forehand again to the backhand of Jovic. Into the forehand of Pegula, but Jovic is a winner. 40 love. I tell ya, I would love to see a Jovic Gauff match. That would be fun. If we're going to get Jovic versus Gauff, that could be. Have they haven't played yet, have they? But in a quarterfinal of a Grand Slam, you know Jovic's going to get some attention then. All right, first serve, a fault, second serve. Jovic is playing really well, despite there being so many breaks and it's kind of ugly. But she is hitting the ball well. All right. She double faults because of course. 40-15. All right, Djokovic putting eye drops in as he goes down the sunny side of the court to try and serve. Has Nole ever done underarm serve? I don't know. But like I said, I think guys that are over the age of 30 are coming from the school of, underarm serves equals bad, right? Bad, unsportsmanlike. That's probably the right word. Whereas the younger guys, right, thanks to Kyrgios, right? Kyrgios doesn't get any credit for the reason why underarm serves are now acceptable. Not to everybody. Some people are still like dirty tactics. But I think most people are like, okay, it's a thing that people do. It's not bad. It's maybe not your favorite thing, but Kyrgios deserves all the credit because he took so much shit for doing underarm serves. He would do them all the time, and everyone would boo him, right? And be like, he is terrible for that. Bublik does them, and we all go crazy, right? We're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And the younger guys do them occasionally. I don't know who else does them that often, but they happen, and people don't get as mad. That's because Kyrgios did it first, as in like popularized it. I know they used to do them back in the day. By the way, they used to do serving underarm was how you play tennis back in the day. The overhead serve didn't come in until I think the 30s or 40s. Like the way you would start a point, if you go watch some like old footage of tennis, like I'm talking about real old, like early 1900s, right? They hit the ball underarm to start the point. And I read this somewhere that like the first person that decided to do an overarm serve, they were getting so much shit for being like unfair and using these dirty tactics. The same shit that people get for doing underarm serves. So the first guy to do the overarm serve was because it was so much more powerful, right? It was such a an advantage that other people then copied. Go, oh well, we have to do that because that guy's hitting so big. They were getting so much hate for that because it wasn't fair. And now it's the other way around where the underarm serve comes back and it's like, that's not fair. I wasn't ready. Like, yeah, but that's how they used to do it. And there's no rule against it, is there? If it was cheating, it would be illegal. So you'd get penalized if you did it. But you don't. Djokovic double fault. Chat. That sun is a problem. Djokovic, down one end, doesn't lose a point. Down this end, is down love 40. Like, Nole is struggling so bad with the sun. He cannot serve down that end. Love 40. As Safiullin goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin backhand again to the forehand of Djokovic. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand up the line. Safullin's there with the backhand cross. Safiullin now gets his own forehand into the Djokovic backhand. Safiullin in control. As Djokovic forehand on the stretch goes in the net. There's the break. 4-2. Safiullin, who's not even wearing a hat, is up 4-2. He's not bothered by the sun. All right, 1-1. Pegula holds in the second. Yeah. They switch sides after this. Yep. All right, 4-2 Safiullin. Kyrgios doesn't care, but Djokovic is old school. Yeah. There's definitely I feel like underarm serves are definitely a generational thing when it comes to doing them, right? Like the younger guys are more willing to do them because they're not seen as bad. But the older guys might be like, no, I don't do that. It's not something that I do. And yeah, fair enough. All right. Love 15 Djokovic. Woo. It's not that sunny. Yeah, but it's still the sun is still out. It's still a problem for Djokovic, clearly. All right, drop shot from Djokovic. Safiullin gets back with a drop shot. Djokovic backhand pass. Safiullin volleys. Oh, it went wide. Oh no, it landed in. Djokovic gave up. All right, 15-0. Nole stopped. I thought it was out, but it was in. 15-0. All right, Pegula, love 30. Love 30. By the way, Krejcikova and Mukova are just breaking each other consistently. I love 30 as Jovic serves again. Safiullin is a lovely back up the line, 30-15. As Jovic serves a fault second serve. Serve to the forehand of Pegula. Forehand from Jovic to the forehand of Pegula is Jovic backing up the line. Pegula gets a back cross court with the forehand. Jovic in control. Pegula just defending as we had a forehand from Jovic again, the back of Pegula. Jovic backhand is into the backhand of Pegula, and then Jovic eventually hits in the net. And it's love 40. Pegula to break in the second. Yeah, Krejcikova and Mukova are 3-0 in the first. All right, love 40 as Pegula hits a return long. 15-40. Was a 30-year-old Djokovic trying to get that break back as he returns a slice. And Safiullin puts away the forehand winner. All right, 40-30. If Nola has a problem with the sun, the solution is sunglasses. Yeah, I think people think that that's just an easy, like that's not like, it sounds like an obvious solution because like when you're driving your car and the sun's in your eyes, you put your sunglasses on, right? But even that doesn't always block the sun out. If the sun's like right there, it just stops, it just shades your eyes from, but if you're staring into the sun, it still doesn't help. 5-2 as Pegula breaks, by the way, 2-1. But there's also something like I remember like I would coach in sunglasses, right? And then I would have to go play. And then I would take my sunglasses off to play because I wouldn't play in glasses. It's not like you lose a lot from wearing sunglasses. Like your depth perception's a little bit different. I mean, the color of the ball is a little bit different, right? Everything's darker. So there's definitely, your eyes have to adjust. Now, that's why you see someone like Joint, who wears glasses all the time, right? She's used to it. But, like, you don't see many players wearing sunglasses because it's not just easy to just go, oh, I'm going to put sunglasses on now because it's sunny. Like, it's not, it sounds like an easy answer, but it's not. Oh, you're joking. Oh, okay. I'm trying to give you a good answer and you're just making jokes. Say lol. So then I don't have to answer, like, with a serious question. I have a good question. The Jovic stream audio sounds bad. Why does it sound so bad? Is everything okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to make the stream okay. Is that better? Is it better? Is it? What if I speak like this? Is it better? Okay. Why don't you try to if you can hear me? Why don't you try to feel it better? Oh, much better. Okay, good. All right, 2-1. By the way, the audio is not that bad. I listened to it back when somebody was complaining the other day. And I listened to it, I'm like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You want to hear bad audio? I'll give you bad audio. All right, 2-1 Pegula. Sounds like you're on a plane. All right. Djokovic serving to stay in the set, and guess what? He took his hat off. Wow. As a return goes the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand from Safiullin. To the Djokovic backhand. Safiullin on the stretch. To the Djokovic backhand. As Safiullin's there with the backhand cross court. Djokovic again to the back of Safiullin up the line. Djokovic forehand goes cross court, but Safiullin open court winner. That's 15-0. How Aussie of you? You almost said sunnies? Well, yeah, I forgot that I was talking to an international audience, so sunglasses is the proper term. All right. 30-15 Pegula. As we get a backhand from Jovic up the line to the forehand of Pegula. Jovic with the forehand goes wide. 40-15. Djokovic at 15-30. Now, the problem with Djokovic at the moment is that, like, he's losing the games, or he's struggling when the sun's in his eyes down one end. He's got to figure out how to break Safiullin more. If he's going to end up losing the game when he's down the sunny end, he's got to figure out how to not let that, lose him the match, because Safiullin's serving well. Serve and volley Djokovic 30-0. All right, 30-0. Djokovic serves again. Into the forehand of Safiullin, off the tape to the slice of Djokovic. Safiullin. Too good with the pass. Set point for Safiullin, 30-40. To give himself the first set. And look, the sun's not going anywhere. And they're not going to close the roof. So Djokovic is going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to figure it out really quickly, because this match might get out of hand. All right. Pegula holds 3-1. As Norway serves a big serve. All right, deuce. Djokovic survives. Deuce. As Djokovic losing the point again. Advantage Safiullin. Safiullin to take the first set here. This is actually bad news for Djokovic. Well, this is getting out of hand. Serve. Another ace out wide, all right? Back to deuce. Safiullin is from Russia. All right, 15. I love 15 Pegula. Djokovic says another ace. Advantage Nole. And the backhand return from Pegula goes to the backhand of Jovic. Into the forehand of Pegula. Jovic gets it back, but Pegula goes up the line. Jovic backhand then goes wide. Love 30. Nice play by Pegula. All right, forehand rally. As the line up the line to the slice of Safiullin. Forehand now from Djokovic to the forehand of Safiullin. As Djokovic backhand slice. Safiullin, another slice into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin gets it back with a forehand into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin, another backhand into the forehand of Nole as they go backhand to forehand. Safiullin into the Djokovic backhand. Drop shot's good, but Safiullin gets it. Djokovic with a lob. Lands in. Safiullin casually hits a backhand into the slice of Djokovic. Then Safiullin comes to the net with a drop shot winner. Beautiful shot. Safiullin, great rally. Deuce. Why is Djokovic losing, Coach Cam? Well, the reason why he's losing is Safiullin is playing super, super solid, right? Safiullin is not giving anything away. And Djokovic is struggling to serve when the sun's in his face. Like, he's double folding down that end. And when he hit, it's not just the serve. Because you know when, like, you accidentally look into the sun and then you have, like, black dots in your eyes for, like, a couple of seconds after? That also is happening, right? Would be happening. So not only does he stare into the sun and then the serve goes in, when he looks to the return of Safiullin, who's hitting very, very well, he also probably can't see the ball for a couple of seconds after that, right? Djokovic is the winner advantage. So yeah, Safiullin playing super, super solid, but Djokovic is struggling down that far end. Safiullin's not, though, which is really impressive. He's not letting that, because you can adjust your service ball toss, to avoid looking into this. Safiullin's not even wearing a hat. He is not bothered, but it's definitely bothering Djokovic. All right, advantage Djokovic. By the way, Pegula gets a double break 4-1 in the second as he serves a fault Nole. Second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes in the net by Safiullin. All right. Djokovic holds. Safiullin's going to serve for the set. All right. Here we go. Safiullin serving for the first. And Safiullin comes to the net. Djokovic pass. Safiullin volleys. Djokovic pass. Too good. Safiullin in the net. Love 15. He is losing today. Mark my words. Who's losing today? You just was very vague. He is losing today. There's a lot of players playing. Which he? You gotta be more specific. Are you talking about Hurkacz, Struff, FAA? Who are you talking about? All right, Safiullin serves the let. Oh, you bet. Djokovic, mark his words. All right. Mark his words. As a backhand rally. Slice into the net by Nole, and he yells at himself. He knows that was a bad miss. Bad miss. Krejcikova and Mukova are just breaking for fun. All right. Safiullin with another error. 15-30. Chance for Djokovic to get maybe the break back here. Pegula at 15-0. She got the double break in the second. All right, 15-30. Yep. Krejcikova breaks back. Forward rally. Volley from Safiullin. Oh, it goes wide. 15-40. Great passing shot from Djokovic right at the feet of Safiullin. Now with a slice from Pegula into the volley of Jovic. Jovic hits it long. 30-15. 30-15. Uh, 15-40 here. Djokovic returns into the fortress of Safiullin. Safiullin hits it out. Djokovic breaks back. But He's serving down the end where the sun is blinding him. So let's see what happens now because Djokovic is back on serve. But he's serving in the sun. Safiullin has that set point. All right, Jovic 4-4 with Pegula. As Jovic hits a backhand cross-court. Pegula with a slice. Is in the net. 30-0. So now is the ultimate test for Djokovic. Can he level? Despite serving down the end he struggles most today. By the way, the sun will get out of the way over time. You know, another hour passes, it's probably not going to be as big of a problem. But at this time of the day, it's right in his face. And it's in a lot of players' face. I mean, Pegula's dealing with it as well. She's serving into the sun right now. But as the time goes on, it'll slowly get out of the way of that ball toss. And it won't be in your face as much. Is it a passing shot from Jovic? Too good. 30-40 to get a break back. 30-40. Oh, wait. 30-40. As Pegula serves. Cam giving a lesson on how the sun moves. Well, I am an architect, and that's part of the planning process. All right, Deuce, good serving, Pegula. By the way, chat, unless you built your own house and you didn't know any of this stuff, like you just look around your house. Your house has been designed one because of your neighborhood, like your neighbors, right? So that and I don't know how the laws are in every place, but usually this is the general consensus, right? Your house, even if it's designed not by an architect but just by a building company, has been designed with the thought of the sun overhead. It's also been the thought of your neighbors and where their backyards are in relation to your backyard. Like all of this stuff, your house is not just being put there because it looks pretty. Even those copy and paste houses that you see in new neighborhoods, they have all been like, there's been a level of like design to them. You just go walk around your house today and be like, yeah, the sun is over this side and it comes into this window, and that's because of it's all. Trust me, Jack. Unless you built your own house and you didn't think of any of that stuff, you just went, I'll just do whatever I want. All right, 15-love. Djokovic serving. As the backhand return goes out by Safiullin, 30-love. 30-love. Pegula gives one of the breaks back. Djokovic serves again. Down the tee, the backhand Safiullin. Return goes out. 40-love. This is the best game that Djokovic has served down this end. 40-love. How do you know that your house has not been designed with the sun in mind? Let's not get into semantics. As we return now into the forehand Djokovic, backing up for Safiullin. Into the forehand Djokovic in there, 40-15. Well, I don't know about like how the process is in most countries, but in Australia, especially in Melbourne, part of the planning process, right? So you have to consider your neighbors, especially if it's a already built up neighborhood. But also you have to do like a sun map. You know, that's a part of it, because if your house is overshadowing someone else's house, that's a problem. So you can't build in certain parts of your block or your lot because of the direction of the sun in relation to your house and the shadows. And I don't know if that's everywhere, but that's definitely here in Australia. I'm sure it would be most places in the world that you couldn't have that. I mean, the UK is different because it's so built up. So I don't know, maybe those rules don't apply as much. But yeah. But part of the planning process in Australia is you got to have like a sun chart. You've got to have, like sun and shade, kind of like show the shadows of your house so that you can, that you're not impeding on other people's houses, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. Love 40, by the way. Djokovic holds. He's a 5-all. Wow, amazing. All right, 400 rally. There's Djokovic on the stretch into the forehand of Safiullin, backhand from Djokovic. Into the backhand of Safiullin. As Djokovic backhand goes to the forehand of Safiullin. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand from Safiullin is up the line of the backhand of Nole as Safiullin with a drop shot from Djokovic, but Djokovic hit wide. 15 love as Pegula hits it out in the return. 30-40. 30-40. I'll tell you, Mukova and Krejcikova keep breaking each other. Why don't they do that for tennis courts? I mean, they probably do. All right, so feeling 30 love. Like with a tennis court, I think the best rotation of a tennis court is so that the sun goes from one side to the other. So it doesn't go like over, if that makes sense. It goes like I can't do it without drawing a picture. Anyways, 30 love. So that when the sun is setting or rising, it's on the side of the court, not directly behind the court, if that makes sense. So, like, I think that's how, I don't know. Where's East and West at Wimbledon? But hey, maybe one day when in a rain delay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about sun patterns and I'm sure there'd be a riveting rain delay conversation. 40 love. Safiullin holds. And Djokovic will serve to get to a tiebreak. And Pegula cannot get the double break. But she still has a break 4-2 and it's deuce. All right. Deuce. As we had a 4 in there by Pegula. What are the notes for? I'm just writing a book. All right, Ivanisevic. There isn't any breaks in that match. They are just holding serve. Are you sure? You're saying Mukova and Krejcikova are just holding serve. Then why is my phone going off every time a break happens? Or is my phone broken? Maybe my phone's broken. There are no breaks in the Mukova match. Then why is my phone telling me every second that somebody wins a game? That's annoying. Every time I look at it, it's like break, break, break. All right. 15 love. Djokovic serving to stay in the set. Yeah, okay. So the app that I'm using is broken. The app's broken. Because every time someone holds serve, it says break. And it's giving me a notification. It's telling me that there's a break every time. Yeah, you're right. There has been 0 breaks. But my app is broken. This app is sending me a notification saying break. That's why it's saying like every game is a break, because every game's been a hold and it's broken. That's funny. So yeah, no, you're right. There's been 0 breaks, but I'm getting notified every game that they're breaking each other every game. That's annoying. All right, 40 love. Djokovic to get to the tiebreak. As Djokovic serves. And Safiullin in the net. All right, tiebreak. Here we go. Who you got winning the tiebreak, chat? Who is winning this breaker? Almost an hour played in this first set. 4.2K viewers. Why the decline? What a strange, weird... Just listen to what you just said. What, 4,200 people is not... That's a lot of people. What are you talking about? 15 love. As Pegula with the break, 4-3. As Safiullin loses the first point. Djokovic and then Djokovic 1 love. Who you got winning the tiebreak? Let me know. As we get a volley from Jovic. Nice shot. 15-0. 15-0. As Djokovic serves 1 love. He serves in the backhand of Safiullin. Backhand of Djokovic to the backhand of Safiullin. Up the line of the forehand of Djokovic is Safiullin with a forehand to the slice of Djokovic. And then Safiullin with a smash. Why is the like count not coming up? I don't know. Press the like button, it might work. I'm not sure what's going on. But by the way, don't forget to subscribe. We are so close to 309K. We are so close to 309. We're only 120 away. 309K is crazy. All right, 30-15 for Pegula, and it's 1-1. Djokovic gives back the mini break. All right, there's with a backhand winner from Safiullin. 2-1 Safiullin with the mini break. Already did. Thank you. 40-15 Pegula to stay up the break. All right, 40-15 Pegula. As the return goes in the front of Pegula. Now Jovic can't get that backhand. Pegula 5-3 keeps the break. Jovic going to serve to stay in the set now. Safiullin with the forehand up the line winner. 3-1 Safiullin. I tell you, Djokovic has done so much hard work. Boy, it's super, super windy out there. It's getting super windy. Djokovic has worked so hard. He was down 5-2 set point to get to the tiebreak and then to lose it sucks for Djokovic. That sucks. He's done all the hard work, and what for? If he goes down here, it's for nothing. All right, Safiullin 3-1. All right, serve to the backhand of Pegula. Forehand from Jovic as Pegula up the line of the backhand of Jovic, but I think Pegula hit it long. 15 love as Djokovic with the backhand. And then Safiullin hits it out. We're back on serve, 3-2. 3-2 Safiullin. Have to go early as I'm at Silverstone. Hey, enjoy that, Scott. Have fun. Go Piastri. Is he... He's there, right? All right, 15. Love Jovic as she serves. Fault. Second serve. Mukovic won the first. Okay. Djokovic, lovely drop volley, and he's at 3-all. As Jovic hits in the net, 15-all. Jovic trying to hold here, make Pegula serve for it. All right. As Pegula, 15-30. Lovely shot. 15-30. Great shot from Pegula. And Djokovic at 3-all as they change end. Djokovic serving into the sun. As he hits a forehand inside out of the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand cross court. Safiullin gets back. Into the forehand. Djokovic up the line now to the slice of Safiullin. Safiullin in the net. 4-3 Djokovic. 4-3. Piastri not in top 5 cam. Okay. All right. Jovic. 30-all. As the return goes in the forehand. Jovic. Forehand from Pegula is a beautiful winner. And Pegula's got a break point, set point. 30-40 to take the second. And Safiullin serves down the tee. The forehand of Djokovic. Forehand from Safiullin is a winner. No. It missed. Oh, just missed. 5-3 Djokovic. Safiullin just hit it wide. Why have you developed this habit of commentating 2 matches at once? Please stop. It's confusing. It's not. We've been doing it for years. All right, Jovic saves the set point deuce as Djokovic gets the mini break. 5-3. Return goes in from Djokovic to the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic backhand to the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic to the forehand goes cross court. Safiullin gets it back. Djokovic another backhand to the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic backhand again to the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic just goes backhand to backhand and then eventually hits it out. 5-4. Djokovic will serve for it. Please don't stop. It's not confusing. Okay. All right. 5-4 Djokovic. Pegula and Djokovic are going to get set points at the same time, aren't they? Pegula's got another set point advantage. Pegula. As we just serve out wide the backhand, Safiullin. Djokovic with the backhand. As Safiullin goes up the line and hits it long. 6-4 Djokovic. He gets set point as well. All right, Pegula to take the second set as Jovic serves. Into the forehand of Pegula. Backhand of Jovic. Into the backhand of Pegula. Jovic with a forehand again to the backhand of Pegula. Now Jovic goes cross court. Pegula gets it back. Jovic gets the point though, and they go back to deuce. Pegula overhits it. Now Nole has a set point. 6-4 to take the first set here. Remember, he was down 5-2 set points. And now he's got a set point. Serve and volley as Safiullin puts up a lob. Lands in. And then Djokovic smashed. Safiullin guesses right. Djokovic making Safiullin run. And then eventually Djokovic hits it out. Safiullin survives. And he's getting the crowd going. He's still down set point though, but he's on serve. 6-5 Djokovic. What a hustle by Safiullin. That was a great run. I think Nole's like, that was annoying, but respect. But that was annoying. Don't do it again. All right, still set point. Now set point Pegula again. As Jovic serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve Jovic and Safiullin serving as well. Safiullin serves a fault. Jovic serves a second serve to the backhand of Pegula. Forehand from Jovic. It's Pegula. Forehand goes cross court. Jovic gets it back, but makes the error. Pegula gets the second. 6-3. As Djokovic back into the net. 6-all. They change ends. Pegula takes the second. We're going 3. All right. Safiullin survives. They both had multiple set points. All right. 6-6. Much better set of tennis in that one from the ladies. 11 winners, 13 errors. Jovic. 7 winners, 11 errors from Pegula. I say better quality tennis. Pegula, by the way, 11 break points. Only converted 3. But 11 break points. I mean, bloody hell. Crazy. All right, but we're going 3. One set to decide who's making the quarterfinals first. On the women's side, do I watch motorsports? I watch F1 sometimes when I have time, but I haven't been keeping up with F1 this year much because the World Cup's taking my time at the moment. Watching that. All right, Safiullin, 6-0. He serves the fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Djokovic. Return goes into the forehand of Safiullin. Into the Djokovic backhand. Safiullin. Backhand again to the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin another backhand. Into the slice of Djokovic. Now Safiullin backhand again. Slice goes in from Djokovic. Again the backhand of Safiullin, who slices it down the line, but goes wide. 7-6 Djokovic. As he gets another set point on his serve. 7-6. What a tiebreak. What a set. Djokovic was down 2-5. He saved set points and then broke back. Got to this stage and gets his third set point. As Djokovic serves again. Into the forehand. Safiullin hits it wide. There it is. 8-6 in the tiebreak for Djokovic. He takes the first. What a set. He had to fight for that one. First set in the bag. I prefer your doubleheader scoreboard. Can't see the score in the small box. Well, that's too bad. This is the way we do doubleheaders now. As a backhand slice from Jovic. Backhand from Pegula is a drop shot. And Pegula has to volley it away. Good hustle there from Jovic. 15-all. 15-all. If you want to watch the other match, you can jump over to the other stream. That's the point. So that when somebody watches the replay, if they're like, I want to watch Pegula Jovic, they'll watch that stream and see the score because that's what they're watching. They chose to watch that. So, and vice versa. All right, Djokovic, 13 winners, 12 errors. Jovic. Safiullin, 18 winners, 10 errors. 5 aces each. Safiullin's serve didn't win too many first serve points, but he got a lot of first serves in. 86% of first serves in. All right, 30-15. As Pegula serves. Ungrateful. 30-15. By the way, all the goats in the chat, I love it. As with a forehand in the net by Pegula, 30-all. 30-all. By the way, to the guy calling Djokovic grandpa, so I'll give you a little lesson, right? In order for Djokovic to be a grandpa, he then needs to have his son or daughter have a child, right? You here with me? So he's got 2 kids, Djokovic, right? They're both, I think, under the age of 12. So in order for Djokovic to be a grandpa, he would have probably had to have a kid when he was 18. And then his kid to have a kid at 18. Because that's how it works. So, right? So your grandpa, right, is your parent's parent. Right? Djokovic's son's parent, his parent is his grandpa or grandma, right? But Djokovic can't be a grandpa until his son has a child. Right? You sticking with it? See how it works? So saying grandpa as calling Djokovic grandpa is actually, technically, it's not true. Unless he's got like some long lost son that nobody's ever heard of that he had when he was 18, and they've now had a son or a daughter. Right? Are you sticking with me? So like, it just doesn't, doesn't make sense what you're saying. You know what I mean? So he's not a grandpa. He's a dad of 2, right? He's got a wife, so he's a husband, right? He's a son of, his parents. Now he's the son of his parents, but he's not grandpa. In order for him to be the grandpa, his son or daughter has to have a child. That's just how that works. So yeah, not a grandpa. All right. Back to Jovic. Pegula 1-love in the third. Thanks for the clarification. No worries. No worries. That person sounded confused. I think that person was just confused. I'm sure they didn't mean any disrespect by it. They were just confused. Thinking that Djokovic had a grandson or granddaughter. But he doesn't. He does not. Not yet. Maybe one day. Anyways, first serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve, Jovic into the backhand of Pegula. Jovic goes to the slice of Pegula. Into the forehand of Jovic. Lob by Pegula is good, but Jovic is there with a drive volley winner. And it's 15-love. 15-love. Who's this lady they keep showing in the box? Is she famous? Does anyone know who this lady is? Is it Safiullin's wife? Is that who it is? Or is it just some random person? She's very dressed up. I think it's, or is it some famous Russian person that I don't know who it is? Does anybody know who that lady is they keep showing? Is it, it's Safiullin's partner? Okay. I was wondering why, I was like, who is that? Because sometimes, like, celebrities sit in the boxes of players, right? By the way, somebody has dyed their hair green and wearing a strawberry outfit. I'll tell you, that is commitment, and I appreciate it. There's a dude. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a guy. I think it's a guy. Yep. He is wearing a strawberry outfit, literally a big strawberry costume, and dyed his hair green. It's kind of awesome, though. I respect it. That takes to go to Wimbledon. That takes a lot of. I mean, dyeing the hair is a commitment. The hair dye alone is a commitment, right? If you were just wearing the outfit, but you were just like, you didn't dye your hair, you just wore that outfit, fair enough. You can go to the bathroom, get changed. But you dye your hair, you're committing to the bit. You're committing to the outfit, right? You have decided, I'm going to dye my hair as part of the costume. You can't undye your hair that easily. Not at Wimbledon. You can get changed. So I respect that he went all out. He's like, I'm going to dye my hair green and then I'm going to pick up that strawberry costume and sit in the stands. Because even if he gets changed and puts on a suit, he's still got green hair. Like, the green hair doesn't go away. Respect that. I respect that. All right. 40-30. As Jovic tries to hold. Djokovic serving first in the second. How's the sun in Australia? I don't know. I haven't seen it. All right, 40-30. As Pegula falling up the line. Jovic with the backhand lob. Pegula comes in with a smash. Puts it away, and it's deuce. Jovic in trouble. We're watching Osaka and Sabalenka? Heck yes. It's coming on after Djokovic. 100% we're going to watch that. And we might even watch Coco versus Bencic. Actually, we will watch Coco Bencic because I want to watch that match. All right. Deuce is going to forward now from Jovic. In the backhand of Pegula. Jovic backhand on the stretch. Goes in the net. Advantage Pegula to get the break early in the third. All right, advantage Pegula. As Jovic serves. As that goes to the net by Jovic. There's the break. Pegula 2-love in the final set. Also 40-love Djokovic. Sorry, 40-15 Djokovic to get the first game of the second. Nole serves again. How's the sun affecting Djokovic now? It doesn't seem to be affecting him much. The sun's moved. Because remember, it was, what was it, an hour ago now? So yeah, it's not. He's not being affected by the sun now. And you can tell by the shadow. Look at the giveaway is the shadows of the player. Look at the shadows, or if you can rewind, go back to like the start of the match and look where the shadows are. They're right under his feet. They're right under him. Now the shadow's sort of a little bit more. It's a little bit more away, so you can see the sun's gone over there. Where the sun, when it was up here, the shadow's directly below him, right? So the sun is over there now, which means that the ball toss is not affected because the sun's sort of to the side. Does that make sense? Were you actually asking me, or were you just fucking with me? Were you trolling me, or were you like, did you actually genuinely want to know where the sun was? Where it's not affecting him as much because it's off. It's out of his vision. It's still there, but it's out, like it's off to the side, so it doesn't affect him directly. If you've ever played tennis in the day, you'll know that how bad it is when you're serving in the sun. Like, it sucks. But it's only temporary. After after an hour, it moves, right? Because the sun moves. So it moves out of the way. But it sucks for that time you have to serve with the sun in your face. All right. 15-0 as Pegula serves. As that goes out by Pegula. It's 15-30. Chance for Jovic to break straight back. As it back in now from Jovic, in the back end of Pegula. Jovic with a slice. Pegula with a forehand. Into the slice of Jovic. Pegula comes in with a volley. Too good. 30-all. The sun doesn't move, the earth moves. Well, sorry. Everything moves. It's all a simulation, all right? This whatever. I don't know what the program is. 30-all. As Pegula serves again. A fold. Second serve. How about the moon? Yeah, the moon's not a problem right now. As the backhand return goes wide by Jovic, and it's 40-30. We don't have video. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging around. By the way, tonight's going to get to like 1 degree at my house. So if I stop moving, so I'm just frozen, right? All right, 40-30. So backhand return goes to the slice of Pegula. Jovic in the net with a slice. Pegula 3-love in the third. Solid stuff from Pegula. All right. All right, Djokovic serving 1-1, 15-love. Why is everyone talking about the sun? Because the sun's a very important thing in life. We need the sun. If we don't have the sun, we all die. So it's a very important topic. But I think everyone's talking about the sun because it was in Djokovic's eyes for like one set. And it's important. All right. 30-love Djokovic. I think you interact too much with your audience. It hasn't always been like this. You should let more things in chat pass by, in my opinion. They are not so relevant. Look, it's a bit of everything, right? It's a bit of B, bit of A, bit of C. We do a little bit of everything. All right, 40-love Djokovic. But you're right. Chat, stop talking to me. I'm trying to watch the match. 2-1. Djokovic, by the way, is stretching out his legs. As Pegula with a backhand slice into the forehand of Jovic. Fought from Pegula on the stretch. Jovic up the line as Pegula with a slice. Backhand. Jovic with a volley. Too good. And it's 15-love. $15-love. As Jovic serves again. Oh, God. Chad, does anyone like sit down and then their knees hurt for no reason? Me neither. I don't know how that feels either. All right, 15-love. As Jovic serves. Into the backhand of Pegula. Good return to the front of Jovic. Pegula backhand. It's wide. 30-love. 30-love. You talk too much about the game. In my opinion, you should talk more about the chat. Anyways, 30 love Jovic. Love. As we return out the back end of Jovic. Slice from Pegula's a lovely drop shot, but Jovic can get there. Put it away. 40 love. 40 love. Lovely drop shot, but a better run from Jovic. 40 love. In my opinion, you should do what you want. See ya. The airport's closed. Oh, I can't leave my house. It's too late. Everything's closed. I wanted to go to the thrift store. It's midnight. There's nothing open. 40-15. Jovic with a fault. Second serve. (40-15). As with a backhand return from Pegula. Into the backhand of Jovic. Pegula with a forehand into the forehand of Jovic. Again to the forehand of Pegula. Jovic goes into the Pegula backhand as Jovic again forehand to the forehand of Pegula. As Jovic backhand goes cross court. Pegula with a slice. Jovic gets a volley. Pegula with a lob. Jovic can't get it. It's 40-30. 40-30. Still a chance for Jovic to get on the board here. Final set. Oh, why does Brazil-Norway start in 6 hours? That's so far away. All right, 40-30 as Jovic serves a fault. Second serve. Djokovic is 2-1 in the second. As we get a return from Djokovic in the slice of Safiullin. Djokovic backhand pass in the net. It's 2-2. 2-all. Is Serena and Cam related? No. Me and Serena are not related. So a 4-4 rally. Up the line now from Jovic. Slice from Pegula goes in the forehand of Jovic. That's Pegula backhand. Drop shot winner. And it's deuce. All right, deuce. As Jovic serves again. I'm off to watch another channel because you're commentating on 2 matches. Bye. Oh, well. All right, advantage Jovic. Bye, Felicia is wild. Jeez. Chad, I thought I was savage. All right, advantage Jovic. As Pegula trying to get back to deuce. 30-15 for Djokovic, by the way. Jovic with a forehand cross court. Djokovic. Pegula gets it back as Jovic forehand again to the forehand of Pegula. Jovic gets it back with her backhand. Pegula slice into the forehand of Jovic as Pegula on the stretch. Into the slice of Jovic. Pegula with a drop shot. Jovic with a pass. Pegula with a volley in the net. Jovic on the board. 3-1 in this final set. Jovic on the board. 30-15. As we're back in return now to the forehand of Djokovic. 4 now from Safiullin. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin 4 into the backhand of Djokovic. Again, the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic backhand again. Into the backhand of Safiullin. As Djokovic with a backhand again. Into the backhand of Safiullin. Safiullin hits it out. And it's 40-15 as Djokovic raises his hands. By the way, you know that guy's coming back. That guy will be back in chat by the end of the stream. Don't you worry. That guy's going to come back and be like, hi, everyone. He'll be like, there he is. He's back. He'll be back. He'll be back. No, I love 15. You're bullying and a rude person. He's okay. Don't worry. I'm not actually sad. It's okay. I'm not actually sad. I was just joking. Look, he's free to do whatever he wants. Don't call him a bully. He's not a bully. And I don't take it that personally. All right, love 15. There's a backhand slice from Pegula into the backhand of Jovic. Pegula with a pass, but Jovic with a drop volley. Actually, it was a volley that went over the baseline. The opposite of what I just said. 15-0. I can't see. I'm wearing glasses. 15-0. 15-all. As Pegula serves again. A fault. Second serve. As Pegula serves again. And it's no good. 15-30. 15-30. As we serve again. As return goes in the net by Jovic. 30-0. Big point here. As with a serve from Pegula into the back of Jovic. Return goes out by Jovic. 40-30. Solid serve. Cam's Australian, not American. 100%. How was my 4th of July? Pretty much like everybody who's not American. Uneventful and... I mean... I did nothing. As with a 4-4 rally, I was here the whole time. Backhand. It's a backhand rally that goes out by Jovic. It's 4-1 Pegula. I'll tell you what I did see, though. I saw the coolest thing. I'll tell you what, chat. I'll tell you what. Americans, I know you're here. You guys... I saw... And I don't know if this was real or not. You can tell me if it was. I saw them doing a light show on the Statue of Liberty playing Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. I'm like, holy America. That is the most American thing I've ever seen. I want to be a part of it. How can I join? Can I come over? Can I please be over? I want to be there for that. That was insane. By the way, I have been to America on 4th of July. I was in Vegas and it was crazy. But what I saw was next level. I was like, holy shit. And then there was like planes flying, just dropping like blue, white, whatever, blue, what is it? Blue, red, white, and blue dust everywhere. And I'm like, what? They were literally painting the skies in the American colors, I was like, this is just, you guys just do it next level. I know it's 250 and, you know, obviously 250 is a big year. But I was like, wow. I want to be at that party. Like, you do it like next level. I want to see the light show. That was crazy. And like Born in the USA, I was like, okay, where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? All right. Anyways, Pegula. 4-1, final set. I never felt so patriotic in my life. I'm not even American. As Jovic serves. Into the forehand, Pegula. Return goes back into Jovic. Jovic in the net. Love 15. What did I do in Vegas? I watched the World Cup. I was in Vegas when Brazil lost 7-1 to Germany. I saw that on TV. All right, love 15. Oh, wait, sorry. What I was meant to say was, well, you know, what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That was very uneventful. I went and saw the Grand Canyon. I saw Hoover Dam. Like on the 4th of July, there were like dollar margaritas, so I had a few of those. I think like there was a band, like there was POD performed in the streets. That was fun. It was pretty. And then I think I was in bed by like 8. It's pretty uneventful. All right, love 30. Chance for Pegula to get the double break and serve the match. As Djokovic slips over and Safiullin hits a lovely drop shot, saves the break point deuce. All right. Love 30. Big chance here for Pegula for the double break. And Djokovic just slipping as he tried to take off. As we're to forehand up the line, long by Pegula, 15-30. By the way, do you get a day? Oh, today's Sunday, right? So you get a day off today. All right, serve and volley, no need. Djokovic with a pass. Advantage Nole to get the break in the second. Great passing shot from Djokovic. Just a little chip as there was a serve and volley coming from Safiullin. All right. As Pegula return goes wide and it's 30-all. All right. Return goes to forehand to Safiullin. 4 now from Djokovic. As Safiullin backhand to the backhand of Djokovic. Again, the backhand to Safiullin. Djokovic to the forehand cross court. Safiullin gets it back. They go forehand to forehand for a bit. As Djokovic forehand again up the line. Safiullin's there with his backhand. Djokovic forehand goes cross court in the net. And we're back to deuce. As Pegula hits a lovely drop shot and gets the 30-40. Pegula wants out. She wants that quarterfinal spot. All right. Advantage to Pegula. 30-40 for a double break. Serve is a fault by Jovic. Second serve. Mukova's winning. Nice. Second serve, Jovic. Into the backhand of Pegula, return up the line. Jovic gets it back with the forehand. Pegula forehand goes the backhand of Jovic. Pegula volleys. Jovic pass in the net. There's the double break. 5-1 Pegula. And she's going to serve for the match. And a spot in the quarterfinals of Wimbledon again. She made the quarterfinals here a couple years ago where she lost to the eventual champion. Wait, did she lose? No, not 2 years. 3 years ago. She lost to eventual champion Vondi in 2023. Last year, she lost first round. And she only lost second round. So first time in the quarterfinals since 2023 where she lost to Vondrousova. And she was up 4-1, I think, in the third and lost the match. So hopefully against Gauff or Bencic, she won't have that problem. But yeah, serving for a second quarterfinal here. Made the quarterfinals were better at every slam. Has Pegula, very consistent. All right, advantage to Safiullin as that goes out by him, and it's back to deuce. As Pegula goes to 15-love. Now, we do have Coco versus Bencic coming up later to see who plays who. So make sure you join us for that a little bit later. And that's just a banger match on its own, even if it didn't have any consequences on what we've just watched. We'd be watching that anyway, just because it's a crazy matchup. That'll probably be on when Sinner plays, I think. All right, 30-love Pegula. As the return goes in the fort of Pegula, Pegula puts it away. 40-love to take her spot in the quarterfinals. Be the first player just to get to the quarterfinals because Mukova is about to get to the quarterfinals as well. I tell you, we're getting some crazy matches coming up on the top half of the ladies' draw. They are shaping up real interesting. All right. As Pegula with a great serve, she wins! 6-1 in the third. Pegula's into the quarters. She fights back against Jovic. And she takes her out in 3. Jovic, though, is getting better against Pegula. First time it was straight sets. Second time it was winning the second set. Third time she was leading. But she just faded away in the end, and Pegula just has that experience. But I tell you, Jovic is not far away from making that big breakthrough. And maybe it's going to be in front of the home crowd in America. Maybe she'll play Pegula there and get her first big win against Pegula. Because Pegula's been a bit of a boogie woman. 3-0 now against, 0-3 against her. So we'll see what happens. As Djokovic does get the break. Perfect timing. Or terrible timing. I don't know. Depends who you ask. But great win, Pegula. And again, just her and Keys are just sneaking through the draw. No one's paying attention to them. No one is paying attention to Keys. No one's paying attention to Pegula. But no, Pegula never gets attention until she becomes like the obvious, oh, well, she's the last top 10 player left or whatever. But she'll play the Coco or Bencic, which is going to be a tough one. I tell you, I wanted to play Coco. I wanted Coco versus Pegula quarterfinals. Great. Love that. Love that. We'll watch that one later with Bencic and Gauff. But GG's. Jovic is out. All right. 15-love Djokovic. Pegula loves playing against her fellow countrywomen. Yeah, what's her record against Americans? Because she's got a good record against Gauff. She's got a good record against Keys. She's got a good record against Anisimova. She's got a great record against Jovic. Like, what's her record against Americans? Like, she beats most Americans. I mean, she's the number 1 American, so it makes sense that she would be the best of them. But she never seems to lose to Americans. You know, she seems to beat them all pretty easily. What's her record against Americans? Her record is 131 and 55. This year, she's 7-0 against Americans, including a win over Keys, or 2 wins over Keys, 3 wins over Jovic, a win over Kessler, and 2 wins over Anisimova. Last year, it was 12-2, only losing to Gauff and Keys, beating Navarro, beating Lee, Kennan, Collins, 11-1 in 2024, and 8-3 back in 23. So yeah, her record against Americans super one-sided. In 2024, she won 11 and lost 1. The only one was to Gauff at the WTA Finals, and Gauff won the whole thing. So yeah, she likes playing against Americans, does Jess Pegula. And she is the best of them all. If you're talking about ranking, she's number 1, ahead of Gauff, who's number 5, ahead of Anisimova, who's number 7. Then you've got Jovic at 15. By the way, Jovic career high ranking, unless Paolini wins tomorrow. But she's at a career high ranking as of now. And then you've got like Keys at 23, Navarro at 26, Lee at 31, Baptiste at 33. So yeah, but Pegula is the best American. But I don't know, maybe it's because she doesn't have a slam to her name, but she is the best of the Americans. And she doesn't mind playing Americans on the tour. All right. Djokovic 5-2. Let's merge these streams because maybe that's when we'll get that guy. That guy will come back now. Because I'm so sad that he left. All right, jump on over. A great win by Pegula. She comes back from a set down, and it's 4-6, 6-3, 6-1. She's into the quarterfinals. She's the first player to get to the quarterfinals because Mukova hasn't won yet. And she's going to take on either Gauff or Bencic. And we're going to be watching that in a couple of hours' time, so make sure you stick around. But we've got Djokovic, we've got Sabalenka, and we've also got Sinner coming up, so make sure you join us. All right. 5-2. Nole in the second. Starting to run with it now. Bublik hit 49 aces yesterday. I think it was 48. I think it was 48. Yeah, we've got Gauff versus Bencic. So FAA is coming up now. And then we've got Gauff versus Bencic, which should be pretty interesting. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Djokovic is starting to take control. 15 love for Safiullin, serving to stay in the set. 15 love. Center court so exciting, so much exciting today. I know, right? I feel like this tournament is shaping up really, really well. Like we haven't had too many upsets, but we've had enough upsets to make it interesting. I feel like Wimbledon, Wimbledon's the best of the French and the best of the Australian Open combined. Australian Open, nothing really happened until the end. French Open, everything happened at the start, all the upsets. But Wimbledon's got a little bit of a good blend between. We've had some upsets, right? We've had some the big shock of Shelton losing, Raducanu, Swiatek, Andreeva, Svitolina, Anisimova, all losing. But there's still plenty of matches, plenty of players, still there. And then on the men's side, we've still got most of the big guns, with the exception of a couple of upsets. But we've got some top 10 clashes tomorrow, which is fun. So yeah, it's really been a great tournament so far. It's been really, really fun. All right. Safiullin, 40 love. To make Djokovic serve for the set. And he does. All right. 5-3. 5-3. By the way, chat, we're so close to 309K. So don't forget to sub if you haven't already. Djokovic serving for a 2-sets-to-love lead. As we get a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic to the backhand. Into the backhand of Safiullin. Is Djokovic backhand again? Into the backhand of Safiullin. Up the middle to the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin. Forehand again to the backhand of Djokovic. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Safiullin hits it wide. 15-love. All right, 15-love. Well, one stream is confusing now. Okay. All right, Djokovic, 15-0. As Djokovic, great serve, 30-15. 30-15. I'm feeling pretty good about my guess of the number of subs. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to guess how many subs, you can guess, but you can't change your answers. So we are playing Guess the Subs. After Wimbledon, we're locking in everything, and then we're going to wait and see. So if you want to go make a guess, go do that. 30-0. We've already had, how many responses have we had? Let me check. How many people have signed up for the game? We've had 120 responses. So if you want to jump in, guess how many subscribers we're going to have by the end of the year. There'll be a prize. I don't know what that is yet, but there'll be a prize. As with a volley from Djokovic, 40-30. Don't put it in the chat. Click the link to and fill out the form. It's only like, just type the number in the form and then press enter. Don't put it in the chat. I'm not writing them down. Set point. Djokovic for a 2-sets-to-love lead. As Djokovic serves. A let. People can still guess. Yeah, you can still guess up until the end of Wimbledon. You just can't change your answer like you could at the French. As we had a serve and volley, Djokovic too good. 2-sets-to-love to Novak Djokovic. He's starting to take a hold of this match now. And he leads 2-sets-to-love. It's been a good effort from Nole. Besides the sun in his face at the start of the match, he's played a solid match. 8 winners, 8 errors. No breaks points against Djokovic in that set. He broke once, and that's all that he needed. 6 winners, 10 errors by Safiullin. He's been solid, Nole. He had that tough match against Wu under the roof on the day, on the first day. But other than that, Djokovic has been cruising. He beat Tsitsipas easily. He's cruising today. He's cruising now. He's had a pretty good run. Djokovic hasn't really, even against Rinderknecht, it wasn't. I mean, it almost went 5, but it never felt like Djokovic was out of control of that match. He was always in control of that match. He let the third set slip, but he was already up 2-sets-to-love, so it didn't really matter. And then he gets through in the fourth, but again, he never looked like he was going to lose that match. And Safiullin's had a lot of tennis this week, but he doesn't look bothered. Winner of this match will take on either FAA or Fokina, which is crazy. Felix versus Djokovic in the quarters. Did anyone pick that to start the week? I didn't pick Felix, so that's my bad. That's on me. All right. Whew. All right. I'm just waiting for Safiullin to come back in the bathroom, I think. All right. Just a feeling Djokovic will lose this set. Okay. Maybe. I mean, he has dropped the third set in the last match, didn't he? Krejcikov is back in the match. Ooh. All right. By the way, chat, we're less than 60 away from 309,000 subscribers. Make sure you sub if you haven't already. It's been a crazy year so far. We just hit 300k like a month ago. Eala plays Palini tomorrow. If Sinner is out, is Djokovic the favorite? Great question. First thoughts would be yes, but let me have a look. Yes. So Sinner, Djokovic, Zverev, Fritz, Dimitrov are and then FAA. So he would be the favorite ahead of Zverev and Fritz. So yeah, the answer is yes, he would be the favorite. On the women's side, it's still Sabalenka. Pegula's second favorite. Interesting. And then Keys, Mukova, Kostyuk. Coco is behind Eala as one of the favorites. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, Coco's got a tough match today, but Gauff being that low is weird. But I guess at Wimbledon, it's not her best slam, so maybe that's why. FAO over Demon or Caboli. Yeah. Demon and Caboli are not really given much of a chance. If Eala wins the tournament, we'll have over 350k. Yeah, we'll get to 1 million by the end of the year if Eala wins Wimbledon. If Eala wins Wimbledon, I'll give you $1,000. Cool. Thanks. Who will win? Who won, Mukova or Krejcikova? It's still going. It's still going. They're 5-all in the third. Oh, sorry, in the second. Djokovic just stretching out as we wait for Safiullin to come back. What's my prediction for Osaka Sabalenka? I've already made a video about that. Go watch it. I can't remember what I said. I think I said Sabalenka. I don't. Maybe Sabalenka. Zverev has played strong so far. Yeah, Zverev's under the radar. Can Struff beat Hurkacz? Yes. Demonor will play Fritz in the semis? I think so too, yeah. I agree. We're still waiting for Safiullin. He is taking his time. We're spreading our channel to your friends, maybe 400k by the end of the year. That'd be amazing. If we go to 400k by the end of the year, that'd be insane. No one's hyping Zverev. Yeah, no one is talking about Zverev. But it's like Gauff, unproven at Wimbledon. So that's why no one's talking about Zverev or Gauff. Because they're both unproven. And there's better grass court players still in the draw. So they're not like the last ones, left. But yeah, they're both just going under the radar. We're still waiting for Safiullin. Safiullin comeback starts. Well, he's got to come back from the bathroom first before he can come back in the match. He got lost. Like Maddie, Osaka, and Pegula are sleepers. I agree. 100% with Keys. I agree with that. I feel like Osaka, if she beats Sabalenka today, she will then... Because Sabalenka is the favorite still, right? Pegula, I think, is going to start getting more notice now. But Keys is still... Even if she makes the quarters, Keys is still like very underrated. All right, so Safiullin is back, and we are back to the third set. Let's see if we can mount a bit of a comeback here, or if Djokovic will get it done in straights. Ah, 15 love. As he serves a fault to Safiullin, second serve. Fritz versus Bublik is underrated rivalry. Yeah, we're gonna watch that tomorrow. I'm excited to watch that. 15-0. All right, 15-all. Anyone can lose. Bublik serving 40 aces. Yeah, he served like nearly 50. It's crazy. As Safiullin with a lovely volley off the tape. Djokovic gets it back, but Safiullin puts it away and apologizes for the luck. 30-15. One wish Willow. Wish Eala wins Wimbledon and US. What are you saying? That's my one wish, Willow? No. 30-15. I would not be using my one wish on a tennis match. All right, 30-15. I wish for $1 billion. 30-15. As it a backhand into the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand as Safiullin. Into the forehand of Djokovic. As Safiullin backhand again to the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin again with the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin up the line. Djokovic gets it back with the backhand. Safiullin drop shot. Djokovic slice up the net. Safiullin pass. Too good. Great whip cross from Safiullin. 40-15. What a shot. Do I get 20% commission for your billing? No. Why would you get 20%? For doing what? 40-15. No, I don't know what I wish for. 40-15. As we get a fault second serve. That's Safiullin with a lob. Lands in. Great serve. A great shot, sorry. And it was a good serve. One love in the third, Safiullin. Beautiful lob. One love, Safiullin. Djokovic to serve. No breaks yet. Everyone's set to take. What, in this set? Or are you talking about the other match? Wish Eala would just be competitive, win or lose. Yeah. She's playing tomorrow. She's been winning, though, so that's a good thing, right? First set default by Djokovic, second serve. Second serve. As we before now from Nole in the net. Love 15. Love 15. As Djokovic serves again. He serves a fault. And he looks up at the sky. Second serve. All right, 15-0. As he serves a fault, second serve. Kojikovic got set point. Ooh. Okay. Swiatek said that Eala was serving slow and it was throwing her game off. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a slow ball in baseball, right? It throws your rhythm off. And I can understand where she's coming from. All right, there's a bit of forehand up the line from Djokovic. Safiullin slices it back. Djokovic forehand again, the back to Safiullin. Into the forehand to Djokovic. Safiullin forehand up the line. Great shot. 15-30. Chance for Safiullin to get the early break in the third. Now remember, Safiullin was up 5-2 set points in the first set. But obviously that didn't go well. So he has led Djokovic already in this match. Cam, given his age, could Djokovic enter the senior circuit? There is no senior circuit. At least there's no, like, ATP Seniors Tour anymore. They used to be. Not anymore. 30-all. I mean, yes, he could. I think you have to be over 30. You had to be over 35, but oh wait, Djokovic is. Hang on, is Djokovic's son gambling? What the hell is he? Is he playing? Is he playing card games in the coach's box? What the hell? Why is he gambling? What's he doing? He's playing blackjack. What the what the hell is he playing blackjack for? He's playing poker. What the hell? Stefan is straight up trying to win some side money. Backhand goes out by Djokovic, or forehand goes out by Djokovic. 30-40. Krejcikova takes the second. Oh, there's an ITF circuit. Yeah, okay. You're talking about the ITF. Isn't that over 35, right? If you're over 35, it's a senior tours or something. But I got to be honest. I think he might be overqualified for the senior tour. All right, serving to the front of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand. And Safiullin goes again to the front of Djokovic up the line in the net from Nole, and it's 2-love. Two love. Two love Safiullin. Break in the third. And we've got Sabalenka and Osaka coming up after this. And then we've got Sinner after that. So a lot of tennis still to go. And we've got Coco coming up later. Love 15. Love 15. Norway all allows opponents to break in match is challenging. Okay. Love 30. Djokovic to get back on serve. Ooh. Ooh, FAA's just started, so we'll keep an eye on him as well. Djokovic, love 40. Love 40. There's a backhand rally. There's a Safiullin forehand again. The backhand of Djokovic. Djokovic is it out. One saved. 15-40. $15.40. As the return goes back, it's Safiullin. He hits a drop shot. Djokovic puts up a lob. The lob goes... Oh, it goes in! Safiullin just let it go! Okay. I don't know what that was. Safiullin just let it go. 30-40. 2-1. Safiullin. Ah, 1 second, chat. Ah, we're back on serve 2-1. As Djokovic serves. And the Safiullin forehand goes wide. 15 love. Love. As Djokovic could serve out wide, 30 love. As we get a fault, second serve. As we're back into backhand rally, slice into the forehand of Safiullin. Backhand now from Djokovic, and then Safiullin hits it wide on the backhand. And it's 40 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Djokovic, he puts it away. 2-0 in the third. All right, 2-2. Demon or Caboli, do you think your fellow countrymen can progress? Yes, I do think that. All right. Safiullin 30 love. Good serving. As the return goes in and Safiullin sprays it up the line. 30-15. $30-15. All right, 40-15. Safiullin to stay in front. Krejcikova hampered by injury. Wait, what? I thought she was winning. As Safiullin goes to the forehand of Djokovic, Safiullin with the slice. And then Djokovic to the drop shot. That's a winner, 40-30. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As with a serve into the backhand of Djokovic, forehand from Safiullin. Into the forehand of Djokovic, Safiullin with a slice. As that goes out by Safiullin, we get the deuce. All right, Safiullin in trouble. We get the deuce. As he serves a massive serve, and it's advantage Safiullin. Is Sinner out? Djokovic, good chance. Don't think he can beat Sinner twice. Sinner is in. Still. All right, backhand Djokovic goes long. Safiullin, 3-2. As Nole drops his racket on the ground. 3-2 Safiullin. By the way, Chad, is this the Taylor Swift of Russia? What is it? Why do they keep showing Safiullin's partner like every game? They're showing him more than Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. What in the hell are we doing? We need a Safiullin partner counter because I'd swear we've seen her face more than we've seen Djokovic's face. It's crazy. Trainer's coming out to have a look at Safiullin. He has played a lot of tennis. He's played a lot of tennis, and they're just going to give him some treatment. I'm not sure what he needs done. He's going to lie on the ground, so. Might be I think he pointed to his like abdominal muscles. Nope, he pointed his hip. Yeah, so his left hip. Left hip. All right, so Safiullin getting some treatment on his left hip. All right. Mukova looks like Steffi Graf on the court with the retro outfit. Is she okay? Best thing about Cam, it's 8 a.m. or 9 p.m. or 3 a.m. He shows the same energy during this broadcast. Yeah. My job is to make you think that it's always good time zones for me. The only time I ever think I lose energy is when after a long day. When we get to like the final streams after a 12-hour day or 16-hour day, that's when I'm like fading. But Wimbledon, we don't have that problem, so it's good. Or when Australia playing, the World Cup and it's stressful. I want to thank you and congratulations for your channel. Hey, thank you for joining us. What is your local time? 1 a.m.? It's 1 in the night. Safiullin's just getting his left hip adjusted. He's just played a lot of tennis. I think it's just a bit of wear and tear. Nothing, not a tear, but it's just a bit of fatigue that he's just been dealing with. He's played so much. He played 3 5-setters to get to this stage. This is his 7th match of the tournament, so you got to think that he's feeling a little sore. So he's just getting some work on the hip. Safiullin came out playing amazing. We know it's poo. No, that's not how medical timeouts work. If he comes out playing amazing, it means that the medical timeout helped his hip and he can play. Like he can play freely. Why would he come back playing amazing? Like, what do you mean? You think it's not mind games? Oh my god. Everything's a conspiracy. Everyone's tinfoil hats are on too tight. Let's relax. Let's all just relax. Players can have medical timeouts because they are injured. And if they come back after a medical timeout and they feel better, then the medical timeout helped. And then they play better. It's just because the medical timeout helped. It's not mind games. I don't think Safiullin plays those sort of games. All right. Djokovic to serve. It's 10 a.m. here in Mexico, and the Wi-Fi is strong. Cost of living is nice. Just saying. So, Stacey, are you saying I should live in Mexico? Stream from? Should I? How do I? What's the visa situation? How do I get a visa? 3-2. And where should I? What part of Mexico should I live? As with a 4 now to 4 rally up the line to the backhand of Safiullin. Slice from Djokovic into the forehand of Safiullin. Safiullin puts it up the line for a winner. Love 15. Live in the US, land of the freedom and free medical fees. Okay. Not really selling it there, buddy, but all right. All right, love 30. Love 30. There's a forehand from Djokovic, goes wide. Love 40. Love 40. All right, 15-40. Djokovic saves one. As we get a forehand from Djokovic to the backhand to Safiullin. Djokovic backhand into the forehand to Safiullin. Djokovic with the passing shots. Safiullin volleys. Djokovic pass is too good. Great pickup. 30-40. Djokovic saves two. 30-40. Visa situation's great. Mexico wants expats. All right. So living in Mexico. I've never thought of that, but that kind of sounds interesting. Never been to Mexico. All right, 30-40. Still break point. American in Del Carmen, which is near Cancun, but so many amazing places in Mexico. Okay. As Djokovic, good serve down the tee. We get to deuce. Love 40. All right, Djokovic serves a fault, second serve. As we get a let. As we're falling up the line to the backhand of Djokovic, backing at Safiullin. Again, the backhand of Djokovic, Safiullin. Again, with the back up the line to the forehand of Djokovic. Djokovic hits it out. Advantage. Safiullin. Another break point. Advantage Safiullin. Advantage Safiullin as we serve again from Djokovic. Mukov is up 4-1 in the third against Krejcikova. As Djokovic is a lovely volley winner to get back to deuce. As we serve and volley again, but Safiullin passes him this time. Advantage Safiullin. All right, to get that break again. All right, advantage. Advantage Safiullin. Serving to the backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand into the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand again. Oh, he slipped. Safiullin goes up the middle. Djokovic back in the rally, though. Backhand to backhand as Djokovic forehand goes into the Safiullin backhand. As Djokovic backhand again. The backhand of Safiullin. Djokovic up the line now. Safiullin with a forehand. Djokovic drop shot. Safiullin's going to get it. And hit a drop shot back. Djokovic with a lob. Safiullin with a volley. Oh, he missed it, I think. Wait, did he go in? What happened? Somebody tell me what happened. It was out. Oh, it was out. Safiullin missed the volley. Deuce. It went wide on Safiullin's volley. The whole court was there, but he just couldn't reach. Just hit it wide. Deuce. And Safiullin's partner thought for sure that was in, and she was celebrating, and then she realized that Hawkeye robbed Safiullin. All right, back to deuce. Djokovic just saved a lot of break points in this game. 7.5 minutes already. Serve again. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Return goes into the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin gets another chance. Nole in the net. Safiullin advantage again. To take the break in the third. Here we go. As we get a 7 volley from Djokovic, but Safiullin's there and hits it straight through Nole. Did it go in? It did! And Safiullin says, I'm sorry that I went straight through you, but that's just how it works. 4-2. I don't know if Nole appreciated that because he smacked the ball. Ooh. Nole's not happy. I don't think Djokovic appreciated Safiullin going through him because he smacked the ball down the other end. The one that he had in his pocket, he picked it up and he just smacked it down the other end towards Safiullin's part of the court. Not at Safiullin, but in that direction. 4-2. Safiullin did apologize. I don't know if Nole saw that, but he did put his hand up and say sorry when he hit it through him. But then Nole turned around and just smacked the ball down to the Safiullin end. 15 love. All right, things might be getting a little bit spicy. 15 love. And Safiullin serves again. Hey, look, yeah, nothing wrong with what Safiullin did. I mean, look, Safiullin's tried to go past Djokovic and he's been able to lunge the volley. So, Safiullin going straight down the middle of Djokovic and Djokovic having to get out of the way not to get hit. Hey, it landed in from Safiullin, so, there's nothing. And he did put the hand up and say sorry. So Djokovic was either pissed off that he didn't see the apology or he's just annoyed that he lost the point, right? It could be both, right? He could have just been pissed off that he lost that rally because he was down love 40, got to deuce, and then still lost anyway, right? All right, 30 love. But things are starting to get a little tension in the air. 30 love. As the return goes in the forehand of Safiullin. Drop shot's good. Djokovic gets there with a slice. It's in the net, though. And it's the 40 love. $40 love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin puts it away. Nole just stood there. He didn't even care. He's like, whatever. Win the game. I don't need it. 5-2 Safiullin. In the third set. Yeah, this thing's getting a little heated out there now. All right. How are we doing, chat? Where are we watching from, by the way? I haven't asked that yet today. Where are we watching from? Let me know in the chat where we're watching from. Where are we watching from? I'm in Australia. It is currently 1 a.m. Sinner is playing later today. Like, much later. Because we've got this match, and then we've got Sabalenka, and then we've got Sinner. So, Sinner's probably not playing for like another 3 hours. Minimum. 2-3 hours, I reckon. We've got Dublin, Portugal. I can read. Canada, USA, Romania, Norway, Philippines, Nevada, Washington, Australia, England. We've got Florida, Richmond, Indonesia. We've got Greece, Hong Kong, Ireland, Poland, Denmark, Ethiopia, Brazil. We've got a lot of people from the Philippines. Hey, thanks for sticking around. And watching matches that are not Eala. Or not Eala's friends. Well, I don't know. Maybe these guys are her friend. I don't know. I don't even know if they've met Eala. But I appreciate that. Thanks for sticking around. We've got Turkey, Spain, Switzerland, California, New York, Mozambique, Belarus, Australia, Slovenia, Wisconsin, Bangladesh. Safiullin puts it away. Love 15. This is like the first set. This is how the first set was going for Djokovic. We've got South Africa, Mexico. Love 15. Mukov is up 5-2 in the third, by the way. By the way, Safiullin, before the match started, when they were waiting to walk out, he says to Djokovic, "Your name's everywhere." That's a good one. Safiullin with the jokes. 30-15. All right, 30-15. And Safiullin serves again. Djokovic serving to stay in the set. He serves an ace. 40-15. Just saw that clip too, yeah. It's true, his name is everywhere. All right, 40-15. Djokovic serves a fault, second serve. All right, 40-30, Djokovic. Oh, 40-30, Safiullin hits it wide. All right, 5-3. Djokovic holds. Safullin's going to serve for the third. Five, 3, Safiullin. All right, back to Safiullin to serve. Now, he did serve for the first set and he got broken. So, let's see what happens now. All right, 5-3. Back into the forehand, Safiullin. Safiullin in the net. It's love 15. Love 15. Love 15. I'm going to serve again. As it a 4-4 rally. Another forehand up the line to the backhand of Safiullin, and then Djokovic hits it out. 15-0. Uh, 15-0. There's a bit of serve again. Into the back, and Djokovic return goes into the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand into the back of Safiullin. The backhand of Djokovic, but Safiullin's there with a lovely volley off the tape, and he says, sorry. I'm sorry that I did that. 30-15. 30-15. Beautiful volley off the tape. It was a good volley anyway. If it hadn't hit the tape, it would have been a good volley, but extra. If you keep looking at your phone, you're going to lose your audience. It's 40-15. It's 40-15. 40-15. Safiullin to take the third set. Safiullin with a serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the back of Safiullin. Djokovic backhand on the stretch up the line. Safiullin forehand goes back into the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin backhand again to the backhand of Djokovic. Djokovic hits it wide, but going for. Djokovic hits it wide. And Safiullin takes the third, and we're going for. 2-1 for Djokovic. All right. 2-1 Djokovic, but Safiullin takes the third in just under an hour. Okay. 6-7. Good one. All right, 12 winners, 7 errors by Safiullin. That's how he's been playing this week so far. That's the best set by far for Safiullin. 8 winners, 11 errors for Djokovic. More importantly, Safiullin broke Djokovic twice. Remember, Djokovic was down a break early in that set as well. Broke back, but then Safiullin got him again. Much better set. Best set for Safiullin. Even the first set, he was decent, but that was better. Much, much better quality from Safiullin. All right, we're going for. We're going for. Pardon me. Double cast, please. For what? Nothing's happening. Krejcikova and Mukova are still playing. By the way, chat, I can see why people get annoyed at me for watching Eala, because I'm looking at the timeline of the WTA. In their last 9 posts, 6 of them have been Eala. Her practicing, her walking, her interview, her talking to the camera, her doing an interview, her falling on the ground, and then Sabalenka doing this. But not Eala's not there. But so okay. Okay. See, this is why people get angry at me, because The WTA are doing it. All the slams are doing it. And then you come in here and I'm watching her, but I'm watching Djokovic and Jovic as well. But I get it. It's a lot. My timeline is full of two. We're watching it tomorrow anyway, so just be ready for that. But we're also going to watch everybody else, so don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to watch everybody else as well. As much as we can. Will Prince Harry attend the finals? I have no idea. I would say no, but Prince William probably will. And or Kate, Princess Kate. As it a backhand return, into the backhand Djokovic, backhand now from Safiullin. Djokovic forehand, into the Safiullin backhand, and Safiullin hits a winner. Beautiful shot cross court, and it's love 15. Love 15. Will Aryana Sabalenka win over Osaka? 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 Will she win over Osaka? Aryana Sabalenka. Will she win over? Will she win? See, that's how. See, it's annoying, right? It's annoying. That's how you sound. But I sound like that's what, you know what I mean? Love 30 Safiullin, by the way. 4-0 Mexico over England. What the hell? They haven't even started yet. Love 50. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As we get an ace by Djokovic. Nice. 15-30. And are you watching it? Hell yeah, we're watching Serena versus Osaka. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Nice drop volley by Djokovic. 30-0. I wish we were watching Serena. We'll watch Serena eventually. Hey, these people here, I love that. They're wearing they're wearing Roger and Rafa masks. I don't know if Joel Nole appreciates that, but whatever. I like those masks. They're cool. They're fun. Osaka will win another top 10 upset. Okay. Backhand rally. Djokovic comes to the net. In the net with a volley, though. Safiullin 30-40. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 30-40. Break points of Safiullin. Is it a fault second serve? Why would people be at the match wearing Federer and Nadal masks? I don't know, because it's fun. Because it's fun. Fun. Just for fun. Don't take it personal. It's not that deep. 30-40. As we serve now the backhand of Safiullin. Backhand of Djokovic to the forehand. Safiullin. He shanks it long, Safiullin, and we get the deuce. By the way, to the guy that's spamming, please stop. Please. Please relax. I can time people out for a day? Ooh. 24 hours? Some of y'all need a day off sometimes. I need a day off. Deuce. As Djokovic serves again. As the return goes net by Safiullin. Advantage Djokovic. Krejcikova lost. Your hair is perfect. How often do you get it cut? Like once every couple of months or whatever. All right, Mukova's into the quarters. She's going to take on Sabalenka or Osaka. Love that. All right, Djokovic holds 1-love in the fourth. Safiullin wasted his chance. Yeah, but we're just starting the third, so it's all right. Cam, you have great patience for a lot of questions you're asked. Yep. That's one thing I have is patience. Not patience like not doctor patience. You're not patient, chat. You're not patience. We're not. Don't get it confused. We're not. This isn't like, like the movie 12 Monkeys where we're all in an asylum, and I'm Brad Pitt and you're Bruce Willis. This is not. It's not one of those. We're talking about like not patience, right? Not like patience, people patience. Like we're talking about the will to tolerate things. All right. No, this is not a tennis asylum. This is not a tennis madhouse. Well, it is, but it's not really. It is, but it's not. Backhand rally. As that goes in the net from Safiullin, love 15. I can see Cam as a kindergarten teacher. Yeah, I'm like Arnie in Kindergarten Cop. Love 15. Stop whining. Love 15. As we just serve to the forehand of Djokovic. Return goes the forehand of Safiullin. Nole comes in and crushes a winner cross court. All right. Love 30. Chance for Djokovic to get the early break here after saving break points. It's not a tumor. Love 30. Love 30. As it a serve. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Return gets the forehand of Safiullin up the line to the backhand of Djokovic. Safiullin. Backhand up the line is a good shot. Djokovic gets it back though. Safiullin up the line again. Djokovic doing all the running. Safiullin comes in with a smash. Oh, and he shanks it long. What was that? Love 40. Djokovic hands on knees. I'll tell you, Safiullin, it wasn't a bad idea. It was super risky. And then he stuffed it up anyway. But it wasn't a bad idea, but a super high risk and clearly not a good idea in hindsight. All right, love 40. Dude got smoked by an old man. Who the fuck you calling old, buddy? First there's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Djokovic, return. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic. Cross-court winner, there it is. Nole breaks. 2-love in the fourth. 2-love in the fourth. I think Djokovic is purposely playing 4 sets to prepare himself for the big guns this week. Nah, he didn't drop that third set. I mean, look. He knows how to play. Like that. It's over 5 sets, right? So if you're up 2 sets to love, against Rinderknecht, and even today, okay. Did he put all his efforts into winning straights? No. Does he know that he has to win in straights? No, he doesn't need to win straights, right? He knows that he doesn't have to, right? So, like, dropping the third, as long as he gets through in 4, it's not a big deal. It'd be different, obviously, if it was 1 set all and then he dropped the third, but, he knows how to play these matches, right? He knows how to manage himself. Probably not ideal to play more tennis than he has to, but I don't think he's too stressed about, as he hits a lovely drop volley, 15-love. He's not too bothered, I don't think, by dropping that set. I don't think he's trying to prepare himself for big guns by dropping the set, but I think he's more just like, he's up 2 sets to love, and then he's like, starts to lose the third, and he's like, okay, you can have that one. I'm taking the fourth. Like, he doesn't try his ass off to try and fight back in the third because he's like, what's the point? So I think once the third set, it's the last 2 matches, once the third set starts getting away from him, I don't think he's that bothered. Because remember when he played Wu and he won the first set and lost the second, he was really trying in the third then, right? Lob goes up Safiullin. Bounce. Nope. Goes wide by Safiullin. It's 30 love. 30 love. That's a wig. What's a wig? You're a wig. Smelly one. Toupee. It hasn't been washed. You're a smelly, unwashed toupee. That sounds mean. It's not really. It's just a joke. 30 love. There's a bit of fun in the net by Safiullin. 40 love. Safiullin's starting to look real weird on the ground. He's not moving too much. He did have that hip timeout on the medical timeout on the hip, and he does look like he's sort of running out of legs a little bit. As he comes in with a volley, Djokovic, but he missed it. 40-15. By the way, chat, we're only 11 away from 309,000 subscribers, which is a lot. All right, backhand from Safiullin into the forehand to Djokovic. Djokovic in the net. 40-30. 40-30. The old man, not an old man. That's true. All right. 40-30. Tell Novak to win 14 Roland Garroses. Why? As we return into the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand now from Safiullin goes long. And Djokovic 3 love in the fourth. What time's Sinner's match? Sinner's match is probably going to be in like 3 hours. I would guess 3 hours. Three hours. Right. Djokovic with the break in the third. Now, yeah, we've got Sabalenka versus Osaka straight after this, which I'm super keen to watch. Excited for that one. And then we've got Sinner and we've got Coco coming up soon as well. So plenty more tennis. And then tomorrow we're going to be busy tomorrow as well. And then quarterfinals, semifinals. We watch everything from the quarterfinals onwards. Semifinals, final. And then, of course, Wimbledon ends and we all go on holiday. Cam makes more than 300,000 quarterly. I'm sorry, I didn't realize my accountant was in the house. And also, if I'm making 300K and you're my accountant, where the hell's the rest of it? Where are you putting it? Where's the rest of it? Because I ain't getting 300K a quarter. Where the hell's the rest of it? Where the hell is the rest of it? Why are you putting money? Where are you putting it? All right, 3 love. Bro, I wish. 300k a quarter, shit. I'd be at Wimbledon. I'd be sitting in the Eala box. I'd be sitting in Djokovic's coach's box playing cards with playing whatever the poker with his son or whatever the hell he was doing. What was Stefan doing? Gambling with his son. I don't know, just playing blackjack. If I was there, I'd be there. Holy shit. It's 15 love. That's crazy. All right, Safiullin serves. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Safiullin. Forehand out from Djokovic to the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand again. Into the forehand of Safiullin. The backhand of Djokovic. Djokovic hits it long and it's 30 love. Yeah, show me the money, yeah. Where is that money? I bloody wish. All right, 300 and to 0 love. New scores. 30 love. There's a bit of forehand now from Safiullin to the slice of Djokovic. Safiullin forehand. Drop shot. Is not good enough. Djokovic with a backhand. Winner. Lovely pickup. 30-15. 30-15. Oh, Fekina and Felix are playing? Oh, whoops. I haven't been paying attention. Oh, the first set's done with they just played. All right, 30-15 as Safiullin volleys in the net. 30-all. Uh-oh. We got to 309. Let's go. 309k. Let's go. All right, 30-all. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Thank you, everybody who has subscribed. Jokes aside, I appreciate it. As the return goes in net from Djokovic, 40-30. Cam, you good enough for TV? You tell them that. Tell them that. Then I might get 300k a quarter if I'm on TV. Give me some of that Johnny Mac money. Where's that A-Rod money? Forehand inside out. Winner. Give me some of that A-Rod money. Where the hell's that? Where the hell's that A-Rod money? Come on now. All right. 3-1. They'll fly me out to the tournament. All expenses paid. Work holiday. Oh, God, that's the life. That's the life. Instead of slumming it out here in a basement. Answering questions about my hair. Whether or not it's a wig. And people talking about my hands. Johnny Mac doesn't have to deal with that. The TV people don't have to deal with that. They just say what they want to say and they don't get anyone fighting back. They don't have a chat, unfortunately. Imagine if they did. That would be brutal. TV people, I don't think they'd last. If they had to deal with if the audience could type and they had to see the chat while they were on the TV, there was no chance. There would be like instant feedback. I don't think people understand how how that works. I think Johnny Mac would just throw fists. It'd be funny. It would be funny though. All right, 15 love. 15, love. Djokovic to the break in the fourth. As with a 4 now from Djokovic in the forehand of Safiullin. Djokovic forehand up the line to the back of Safiullin into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin. Forehand again. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin into backhand cross court. Djokovic slice. Safiullin. With a forehand again to the backhand of Djokovic. And Djokovic misses it up the line. It's 15-0. I can picture you commentating with Zlatan. I think Zlatan. He's so cool. He's so cool. Zlatan's awesome. He's so cool. He says like the best one-liners. Like he's just like you just go, oh, he is him. 7 volley, 30-15. Djokovic. Are you tired? No. Never. Kane to stop Mexico tonight. I agree. King Kane is coming home. Actually, I'm going to wait. Oh, no, that starts when I'm asleep. Shit. The other match starts when I'm awake. Damn it. Who's winning the World Cup? England. I'm going for England. All right, 30-15. As we to serve. Into the forehand of Safiullin. Return goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Safiullin backhand on the stretch. Djokovic with a forehand cross court. Safiullin gets it back. Djokovic forehand again into the slice of Safiullin as Djokovic forehand up the line. Safiullin backhand goes cross court. But it's long from Safiullin. And Djokovic puts his hands to the sky. He finally wins one of those rallies. 40-15. Cam, I missed your dog. Well, she's not here right now, but she'll be back. Don't worry. US Open Series. She'll be back. All right. 40-15. Serve again. As the return goes into the forehand of Djokovic, Safiullin puts up a lob. Djokovic smash. Safiullin pass off the tape. Djokovic behind the back goes in the net. Ooh. Safiullin says sorry. I think Safiullin's hit the net more times than Djokovic can count. That's not true. He can count probably to at least 100. I can count to 10. I think it's probably at 7 times. Like Djokovic has been that unlucky with net cords today. The behind the back shot wasn't a bad attempt. That goes over. Djokovic wins a point. But it would have been one of the shots of the week. Cam dislikes Novak. Bro, your name is Fish. I'm not going to take criticism from a fish. All right? As the return goes into the forehand of Djokovic, but no. Safiullin hits it out. It's 4-1. Your name is Fish. Don't you think I can't read whatever language you're speaking? It translates automatically. Cam dislikes newbies. I was going to say I don't like fish, but I do like fish. They're delicious, but I don't like your attitude. 4-1. Taking orders from a fish. What the hell? No time to mess around now. That's it. Wouldn't it be absolutely amazing if ADF won his first title at Wimbledon? Didn't he win Junior Wimbledon? He already won a title, though. He won the title last week, though, Lorna. He won his first title last week in Mallorca. So he would be a second title. But I think he won Junior Wimbledon, if I remember correctly. I think did he beat De Minaur in the final? Or maybe, I can't remember. Davidovich Fokina. 2017 Junior Wimbledon, and he beat... No, sorry, he didn't beat Demon. Demon lost in 2018 Wimbledon. No, that was Draper. De Minaur lost in the 2016 to Chapo. It's the blonde hair. They're both blonde. It's easy to get confused. They both have bright hair. So Fokina won Wimbledon Juniors back in 2017. He beat Geller in the final from Argentina. He beat Wu along the way, who Djokovic played at the start of the week. And a bunch of other players I don't know. So yeah, but that would be cool if he did well. I mean, he might play Djokovic in the next round because the winner of this match takes on the winner of FAA and Fokina. So Auger-Aliassime Fokina. Hey, the Bear, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. And also thank you, Soft, for becoming a member as well. Appreciate it. Welcome. All right, here we go. 15 love. And Safiullin serves again. And Safiullin comes to the net. Djokovic puts a pass, but Safiullin with a beautiful volley. 30 love. Stop being cut, you egg. What easy draws? You lost the plot, man. All right, so that definitely wasn't at me. Who are you calling an egg? Who are you talking to? Are you going to cover the next match between Sabalenka and Osaka? 100%. So don't go anywhere. We've got you covered. In fact, what you should do is you should just chuck this on the second screen and just keep us on all day, because even if you don't click on the next match, YouTube will send you to the next match, so you can just leave the stream on all day until like the end of the day, and then I don't know what happens at the end of the day. Maybe it sends you to like a, how to build an IKEA table. I don't know, but whatever you're into, maybe it tells you how to fish, like this guy who's a fish. 4 to 15. But yeah, just like leave us on all day, because we're going to be here for the rest of the day. All the way through to the end of the Sinner match, which probably is the last match of the end of the day, right? It's going to be the end of the day. So we're going to watch Sabalenka, we're going to watch Gauff, and we're going to end up watching Sinner as well. And get through the entire day. All right, Djokovic return goes long. It's 4-2. Safiullin holds, but Nole with the break in the fourth. Not you, Cam. Some guy was saying that Novak has an easy draw his whole career. Yeah, that guy. I'll back you up, Marco. I'll throw it back to him or her. If you think he's had an easy draw his whole career, you need to provide proof. You need to go through every single draw he's ever played, and you tell us, and you've got to make a PowerPoint presentation that's due on Friday. You better be here on Friday with that PowerPoint presentation. And you explain to us, we'll give you 30 minutes, you have the whole floor. 30 minutes to explain why you think Djokovic has had an easy draw his whole career. I need proof. I need draw breakdowns over his 20-plus year career. Every tournament at the Grand Slams on Friday. If you want, in 30 minutes, you get the floor. You bloody put it together. Get to work. You get to work. Because we need proof. 15 love. Is it a backhand rally? Djokovic up the line to the forehand of Safiullin. Forehand from Djokovic goes out. Safiullin again hits the tape, and Djokovic can't believe it. 15-all. 15-all. Yeah, Earl. You're not. By the way, Earl's just completely debunked your. You might not have to do any work because he's made you look a fool. Earl's got a good point. The fact that Djokovic had to play Federer and Nadal in multiple Grand Slam matches proves that he's never had an easy draw. Or he has had very tough draws in his career. He might have had easy draws at some point, but yeah. The fact that he's had to play Nadal and Federer proves that he hasn't had easy draws his whole career. So yeah, that's all right. You're wrong. It's fine. Sometimes I get it wrong. Very rarely. 30-15. Yeah, you know what? You don't have to do a presentation because Earl just saved you a week's worth of work by just giving you just schooling you. All right. Djokovic, 30-15. As he serves a fault second serve. Are we getting a new lady on the women's side? Winner? Yes, I think we are now. It's official now, right? No, Krejcikova's out. Raducanu's out. And Swiatek's out. So yeah, I think we are, right? That's confirmed. Is there any Wimbledon champion still left in the draw? I don't think so. So yeah, new champion. 40-15. Serve to the backhand slice of Safiullin. Djokovic volleys. Safiullin lob. Djokovic smash. Puts it away. 5-2. Nole leads in the fourth. All right. Safiullin's going to serve to stay in the match. Oh, yeah. Serena's gone. Yeah, there's a lot of players that former champions. Yeah, new Wimbledon champion. There you go. Are we getting a new Wimbledon finalist? I don't think none of the players left have even made the final, right? Because Sabalenka's not made the final. Gauff's not made the final before. Pegula hasn't made the final here before. So I think we're getting two new finalists as well. Oh no, Palini's the only one left. Palini's the only finalist left. There, yeah. Anisimova's gone. Yeah, Palini's the only former Wimbledon finalist left. So yeah, Palini's the only one. So Palini, the last finalist, Wimbledon finalist around. By the way, chat, do you look? Maybe I'm also the. I'm not saying I'm the problem, but are we doubting Palini too much? Are we overlooking Palini tomorrow? Are we not showing her the respect that we need to? Or is she going to lose to Eala? Or should we be giving Palini a little bit more credit and a little bit more of a chance than maybe it's been given? Because we're thinking like, well, she's beaten other players that are better than Palini right now. But Palini made the final. She's the only finalist left. Should we be thinking like Palini could win? Or are we justified in thinking that Palini, it's going to be hard for Palini to win? Can't trust her? Palini deserves respect? I don't know. I'm just thinking, are we having the same thing as we did with Serena when we're just like completely overlooking joint and going, oh, well, Serena Eala second round, given easy. And then all of a sudden Serena loses. And we're like, what? That wasn't meant to happen. Are we doing the same with Palini going, oh, wait. Well, Eala's in the quarters and we're not remembering that Palini is a former finalist and pretty dangerous on grass? But I don't know. Eala is the favorite tomorrow, so. All right, Djokovic, 15-30. Just don't want us to get too far ahead of ourselves. 15-30, 2 points away, Nole. There's a 4-4 rally in the net by Djokovic. 30-all. This chat is full of LF fangirls. No, I think there's guys here too, though. I think there's like Eala, like there's fans of girls and guys. I don't think it's just full of ladies. I think it's full of men. There's men as well that like that are fans of Eala that are here. All right, 30-all. As the good body serve Safiullin. Djokovic hits it wide, 40-30. Safiullin to keep this match going. Hurkacz already breaks against Struff. All right. Safiullin serves a fault. Second serve. Serving the front of Djokovic. Back into Safiullin. Into the slice of Djokovic. Safiullin backhand with Nole as Safiullin goes with a forehand slice now as Djokovic starts to attack and hits a forehand winner. Great shot from Djokovic. Deuce. We get to deuce. By the way, don't forget to sub if you haven't already. We've got so much tennis coming up. We've got Sabalenka's Osaka coming up next. Sinner's coming up later. We've got Coco later. Of course, tomorrow we've got Eala versus Palini. We've also got... who else are we watching tomorrow? Fritz Bublik's Zverev Lehechka are on the cards. Maybe I'll watch Demon or Kaboli, but I don't want to. But maybe, I don't know. Also, Keys Noskova is kind of an interesting one as well. So yeah, a lot of matches tomorrow that we'll get to cover as well as Safiullin hits away the smash advantage. And then, of course, we get to the serious stuff where we get to the quarterfinals and go from there. And that's when things get really serious. All right, Safiullin holds 5-3. Djokovic serving for the match. I tell you, man, Safiullin wins that first set. We're looking at a whole different looking kind of match, aren't we? He had set points in that first set as well, which is such a shame that he couldn't take it. But he's made Djokovic sweat. Especially that first and third sets. Third set, Djokovic definitely didn't look as bothered about losing it than this first set, like when he looked real bothered. But 4 sets, look, get through in 4 and get to the quarters and 3 matches to go for 25. He serves an ace down the tee, 15-love. It's been a really fun Wimbledon. Yeah, for sure. It really has, hasn't it? It's been really fun. All right, serve again. And the return in the net, 30-love. Serve. Down the tee, the back of Safiullin. Return the net, 40-love. Match points for Novak Djokovic to take his spot in the quarterfinals. And he'll await the winner of Vakina and Auger-Aliassime, who are playing right now. Djokovic serves. Into the back of Safiullin. Djokovic volleys. A winner. Beautiful shot. Nole wins in a tough 4-setter. And a big smile on both their faces. Big hug as well. And Djokovic, Safiullin's having a nice chat. That's a nice end to the match. There was a moments there that Djokovic looked a little bit frustrated by by Safiullin. More probably by his, the way Safiullin was playing than Safiullin's personality. But nice exchange at the end there. That's a nice moment for Safiullin, right? I mean, he gets to play the greatest player of all time on the center court of Wimbledon. I mean, What a run he's had. He beat Fonseca along the way. He won 3 5-setters in a row. He beat Rublev. That was a great run by Safiullin from the qualies. What's his ranking, Safiullin, now? He must be top 100, yeah? Safiullin's record ranking now has gone from outside the top 100. He's done 96 in the world. He's gone up 36 spots with that run, which means should be automatic entry at US Open. So he doesn't have to qualify for that, I'm guessing. But nice little boost in that ranking, boost in confidence. He's an absolute beast as well, Safiullin. Yeah, he get a little bit of a medical time out there in the middle of that third set. But other than that, he did not. When we watched him play Fonseca, he didn't look bothered. He played 3 5-setters before that. I mean, he is a beast. Physically, he is a beast. So, very awkward player to play is Safiullin. All right. And that is the end of that match. Now, time to go watch Sabalenka take on Osaka, which, God, if it's anything like their French Open match, where it was an absolute high-quality straight sets match, it was unfortunate it only went straight sets, but absolute banger, that one. Hopefully it's close to that, because Osaka's actually been pretty good on the grass, considering it's not really her... she played well on clay, not her surface. She's played well this week on grass, hasn't been her favorite surface. So let's see if she can take on the great one and take on the favorite and take out the favorite. But Djokovic wins 7-6, 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. He's into the quarterfinals, and he is still awaiting the winner for what he's going to play. He's going to play either FAA or Davidovich Fokina, who are going at it. But Sabalenka Osaka coming up next.